What's going on, chaps? It's your boy Jeffrey, and this time we're reacting to yet another death battle. And this time, this is the ultimate one. The one that ends this ultimate debate once and for all. Jeffrey on Team Smokey versus final opponent on Team Mcgruff, aka Team Trenchcoat. Who will win? Jeffrey with Team Smokey Bear, or will Team Trenchcoat win? Let's find out. Death battle. The final one.
When it comes to public service, two animals have gone far beyond the call of duty.
They're known throughout the world as the symbols of safety. So let's make them fight to the death.
Smokey Bear, the firefighting mascot of forest safety.
And Mcgruff the crime dog, taking a bite out of crime wherever he goes.
He's whiz and I'm boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In 1944, America's forests faced an ever-increasing threat. With nearly 16 million men battling Nazis overseas, little manpower remained to combat the spread of forest fires. Every year, 30 million acres of trees would go up in smoke.
Damn, that's even more trees than Snoop Dogg can burn.
America needed a new hero. Someone who could prevent these disastrous blazes from occurring in the first place.
Here we go.
And then along came a lovable cartoon bear named Smokey.
So remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
As a mascot, Smokey Bear did what he could to inspire the American people.
For the win.
He even partnered with Bambi to teach the ways of fire safety.
So did I. I saw a baby deer outside, named it Bambi because it was a baby fawn, and I saw the mother, which I assume was Bambi's mom. So I'm doing the Smokey the Bear method. So yeah, protecting nature, protect the forest, respect the trees.
However, Smokey was still merely a dream, a figment of imagination, until one fateful day in the Capitan Mountains of New Mexico.
What do you know? A forest fire broke out. The mountain trees were annihilated in a blaze so intense the 30 firefighters called to action were almost incinerated.
Which is true because it actually did happen. There was a massive fire in New Mexico and a bunch of animals were in danger and peril, and there was a bear that was surviving, and it was named Smokey.
Thousands of forest critters either fled or died.
There was also a Canada wildfire last year, and that was really bad. And the fumes, the fumes of the ash from the Canada wildfire, somehow spread all the way to New Jersey and New York, and it was really bad. I thought it was toasted marshmallow smell, but then no, it was ash from the forest fire.
Oh, but one.
So yeah,
atop a smoldering tree clung a lone survivor, a small black bear cub. His paws burnt, his family lost to the flames.
So
after firefighters rescued him, there was only one name that fit: Smokey.
Well, first they named him Hotfoot Teddy, but they couldn't waste such a great PR opportunity.
Adopted into the National Zoo at Washington, D.C., young Smokey became the living symbol of fire prevention. They even made an animated short of his new official origin story, and it's pretty horrifying, actually.
The public adored young Smokey. He received so much fan mail, he had to...
That's true. Smokey the Bear, the real-life Smokey, actually got so many fans that he had to get an actual zip code for fan mail.
Get his own zip code. And since then, Smokey has successfully helped prevent forest fires and promote fire safety for over...
Happy 70th, almost 80th, Smokey.
70 years.
And boy, oh boy, has he done a good job.
Time for his lesson.
Drown your campfires with water. Make sure it's totally wet. Then stir and drown again.
So remember that if you want to learn how to extinguish a campfire, drown it with water, then cover it with dirt, then stir it around and drown again.
Indeed, in just the first 20 years, annual...
Even Bullwinkle the Moose knows that.
Forest fire damage dropped over 80%.
Yeah, thanks to Smokey's advice, I've never started a forest fire in my entire life.
I don't believe that.
To my knowledge, I've had...
Don't do that, folks. Do not ever do that if you're passing by the woods or anything. Do not do that.
Plenty of opportunities.
Well, I'm impressed. I didn't think you took anybody's advice so seriously.
Why wouldn't I take Smokey's? This guy started a fire safety club, picked up ventriloquism, and even taught the Addams family to put out fires. You know.
Even the Addams family had to know about Smokey the Bear. I don't usually pay attention to the Addams family, but that's more of a Halloween thing.
The people who love pain and things that are generally bad for you?
He's befriended the creatures of the forest.
Smokey's arsenal and abilities: shovel, bear claws, stealth expertise, camouflage mastery, size alteration, can potentially reverse time, omnipotence concerning wildfires, strength and speed of a bear.
Much like a Disney princess, and even infiltrated Disney itself to teach their characters about fire safety.
Take that, Disney.
Also, unlike most mascots at the time, he successfully protected his dignity through the toughest social experience in recent history.
The 1990s.
The 90s.
Called it.
Respect the forest. Protect our trees. Oh.
This is why I don't like writing books. This is why I'd rather type everything on a Wattpad. Because if you were publishing books like that at first with mass merchandising like that, even if it was gonna flop, you're a tree killer.
What am I doing?
No excuses.
This isn't me.
Smoke, we agreed you'd talk to kids in their language.
I know, but I'll just give it to them straight.
Tell him, Smokey.
Oh, and in case you forgot, he's also a goddamn bear.
An
An American black bear,
to
to be
exact.
precise. The largest black bears are over 7 feet tall and exceed 800 pounds.
Damn, that's about the same way as Donkey Kong.
Which seems to match Smokey's own size.
Smokey's got plenty to fight with,
Send
like
in
his
the bear
razor-sharp
cavalry.
claws, his trusty shovel, and enough muscle to rip your arm off Chewbacca style. And then you have to worry about fighting a bear that's armed.
Boom!
Was that a
Tomo
pun?
dude.
It wasn't even bear related.
Wiz, you can't even bear the amount of puns
Here's
I've
bear
got.
puns,
What have
people.
you got?
I'm
As
telling
if.
ya,
Unlike
it is
Boomstick, Smokey isn't one to just do the bare minimum. In fact, bears in general are quite durable creatures thanks to their stout anatomy, including a skeleton so stable it
And
endures long hibernation
It's so
without withering.
unbelievable
You better
that
believe
you
Smokey
can't
is
bear
strong
the amount
too.
of puns
Bears his size can break
bear
trees and
yourself.
flip over boulders weighing more than 350 pounds. When he was just a cub, Smokey even smashed this shitty little house to bits.
He's surprisingly stealthy.
Alright, more feats. Saved millions of acres of forest, can run over 30 miles an hour, lifted over 700 pounds, smashed a crappy house down, defeated a gorilla, influenced the Addams family, prevented a bear apocalypse, survived the 90s with his dignity intact.
Able to sneak up on people in broad daylight with barely a sound.
Barely.
Also, black
With the
bears can run up to
baritone.
30 miles per hour.
That's
why
what
the
makes the
bear
bear
cavalry
cavalry
dangerous.
so dangerous.
Cocaine
Aside
bear.
from that, he's accomplished many unbelievable feats to keep the forest safe, like manipulating
Yeah,
time.
that's actually a
And
movie.
also when he disguised
Bear.
himself
Why
as a
did they
woman
make
without
that movie?
bearing any resemblance to his real body.
Yeah.
Broomstick, why don't you introduce his greatest feat with your baritone voice?
Baritone voice, baby. It is unbearably crazy. Prepare to bring some non-perishable snacks when you go to the woods.
Prepare yourself, because Smokey can magically grow so large he's bigger than Godzilla.
Yeah, look at the size of this big boy. Big boy bear.
Look at the size of him.
All just to
just to
emphasize a
emphasize a
point.
point.
Much like how I'm owning this unbearable pun war.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
it's
still
pretty unbearably true.
going. I hope you brought some sort of non-perishable snack, because I can
Especially when it's me versus the final opponent.
do this all day. You're gonna be so embarrassed
Bam.
when you lose.
That's
No,
embarrassing.
that'll never happen when it's me versus you.
Ha! You missed a bear pun. You're out.
Ursus is
Ursus
Latin
is
for
Latin
bear,
bears, by the
moron.
way.
Ah, damn it! You know
dare to
Latin's my
believe
weakness. If only I was a bear, then my only weakness would be bear traps, bear repellent,
Yeah,
and
I
bear
had
mace.
to say
You
I
know,
was bear
shit
puns.
that people
I'm
had to
sorry.
make to stop
Waka,
bears since
waka,
they're so
waka.
unstoppable.
There are some techniques to increase your chances of surviving a bear attack. Some say you can punch
That's
your
all
arm down their
true,
throat
but
to
you
induce
can't- you shouldn't
uncontrollable
punch your-
vomiting.
Pause. You should not ever, punch your hand down a bear's throat to try to make it throw up, because one, it's gross and you'll probably lose an arm. Best way is understand these rules if it's three bears, like black bear, polar bear, grizzly bear. If it's a black bear, fight back or make noise. If it's a brown bear or grizzly bear, lie down or play dead and curl yourself up in the fetal position. If it is a polar bear, well, good luck with that one. But if it's a panda bear, skadoosh.
Although I wouldn't recommend that because you're definitely going to lose your arm.
Called
And
it.
it's gross.
Honestly, all you can really do is make yourself look as large and intimidating as possible.
Fun fact, there actually was a bear that never attacked his owner. He was called Bart the Bear. Rest in peace to Bart the Kodiak Brown Bear.
Now I know a foolproof way to escape a bear. You just gotta be faster than the guy next to you.
Yes, please understand that bears, like, if it's a black bear, make sure you're making noise so they know that you're there. Because the truth is, these bears do not want to run into you guys either.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing Smokey chose a life of education and isn't chasing people down. The
the
last
worst
thing you want after
see
you is
a
an
black
8-foot-tall bear with a
grudge.
giant shovel
That is
and a grudge.
an anthropomorphic
Only
bear.
you can prevent
Only you can
forest
prevent
fires.
forest fires.
Smokey.
Remember,
I gotta
Smokey
get back to the
has been
forest.
here for eons.
Let me take you on a trip back to the late
we go.
1970s, also known as the feel-good decade.
70s, those
a time where
feel-good days,
individualism
but that
and
was not
personal
a good
liberation
time
took
either.
center stage.
That was a really
but
violent
not
era,
everybody
especially
took
for
that as a
Halloween.
sign of peace.
Yeah,
Domestic
domestic
crime was really
crime
bad
was
that
getting
day.
bad. Like,
Year.
really bad.
Thank you,
At
Wilhelm.
the turn of the
for
decade,
proving
the
it.
American people made a hero to save them from themselves. A
Good
dog
old
in a
McGruff.
trench coat.
My other
This
good friend,
canine began
McGruff,
his campaign
the
modestly
crime
enough,
dog.
but he needed a
The
name.
Bloodhound.
After 8 months of polling, he was given one, along with an
McGruff.
unforgettable slogan.
Take a bite out of crop chop.
Was that
McGruff the crime dog.
Focused and determined to make that bite count, McGruff hit the streets hard and fast. In just a year, more than 50% of Americans had seen at least one McGruff advertisement.
And I saw all of them.
Because teenagers are the victims of over 2,000 violent crimes by strangers every day. You can help stop it.
And so are people in real life. Everyone is a victim of something.
Because he was willing to get his job done by any
Including me.
means possible, even if it meant ultimate embarrassment. He used commercials, cartoons, comic books, video games, musicals.
What's funny is I can also break the fourth wall, by the way.
He even released his own anti-drug album.
Yeah, there's a anti-drug album. And there's some songs with names that show what is bad. Let's listen to them, shall we, class?
With such classic singles as Crack and Cocaine,
2-38. Understand that. That's bad. That's bad stuff.
and Inhalants.
238. Again. Also, alcohol is bad. What else is bad? Well. What do we have here at 2:45? Makes you really think, doesn't it? I decide on my own what to
It's
do.
really, really bad.
As McGruff's plan generally targeted children rather than
I've
current
been
criminals,
watching
it required patience
these
and time.
commercials when
But
I was
it
a
worked.
kid.
Over the
Understand
next
that.
few
I
decades,
know
crime
true
dropped
education.
exponentially. The next generation of America was smarter and safer.
Now, some
Be
of you
safe.
are probably thinking,
It's a
hey,
scary
you can't
world
prove
out
McGruff
there."
was responsible for all of that. And I say to you, can you prove he wasn't?
Well, McGruff? No, son. Smokey knows something. Darren the Lion knows something. Sparky the Dog knows something. SpongeBob knows something. Bambi knows something. Thomas knows something. Twilight knows something. Garfield knows something. Sonic knows something. Diddy Kong knows something. And I, Jeffrey Sambursky, know something. We all are safety mascots. As well as Ember the Fox.
Regardless, McGruff certainly had a massive impact, leading the charge against crime.
I mean, that's seriously impressive, considering all my dog does is sit around licking his balls.
McGruff's not
Always respect a dog's privacy.
just any dog, he's a 6-foot-tall bipedal bloodhound. A dog breed known for their excellent sense of smell,
Dogs
an extremely
101
powerful
footage.
bite, and floppy adorable ears. Scaling him to your average bloodhound, McGruff can likely run 45 miles per hour, jump 10 feet high, and bite with enough pressure to break bones.
It's true because these dogs, bloodhounds, are freaking amazing. You know what's also funny? You should watch the A Christmas Story movie because guess what? They use bloodhounds in that movie for the Bumpus Hounds. Bumpuses!
And unlike my dog, McGruff wears a cool trench coat, which not only protects him from the rain and cold, but gives off a neat detective vibe.
Oh yeah.
However, unlike Thailand's Air Chief Marshal, Mr. Fufu,
Rest in peace,
R.I.P.
buddy.
Mr. Fufu.
true story, McGruff doesn't appear to hold an official police rank. He calls himself a pre-tective.
So how's he know when to stop it? He can freeze time, but he can't do anything about it.
which is just as fake as it sounds.
I know, right? It's just as fake as it sounds.
Wait, if a crime hasn't happened yet, then how does he know to stop it? That's
Because he monologues.
like some Minority Report shit.
He possesses a certain set of skills to do so. He has a keen eye for details and context clues.
Told you context matters. My context matters most. All context matters.
He's exceptional at analyzing and predicting potential crimes in progress.
Here we go.
So he can predict what's gonna happen
It's called context clues. It's called solving the clues.
with a few context
Clues.
but that doesn't mean much if he can't stop a mugging or whatever.
Luckily, Mcgruff has plenty of tools and talents. When someone's in trouble, Mcgruff's circle of respect creates
Oh yeah,
a force
circle of
field.
respect, baby.
Which is apparently the perfect defense against bullies.
But
While
what
he's
about
not an
physical
official
assault?
member of the police force, he's been hanging around officers for decades. So it's not unreasonable to believe he's picked
mean,
up
it
some
could,
police
but-
combat training.
It could
Being
probably
your own
work,
dog
but
has its perks.
I don't know
For
if it could work
example,
on a shovel.
Mcgruff's car isn't a standard
Or
beat-up police
propelling
cruiser.
against a
It's a
shovel hit.
friggin' monster
I don't think it
truck.
would work.
This bad mamma jamma
Oh,
is
sweet,
based
that's a
on a
cool-ass
2010
monster
Ford
truck, I'm not
Super
gonna
Duty
lie.
with 540 cubic inches of gas.
Pause. So, speaking of monster trucks, did you know there's actually a monster truck based on Donkey Kong? Did you know that? That's actually pretty cool. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe!
Sling badassery.
Definitely an upgrade over his original 96 model. Though I'm not sure what this has to do with preventing crime.
Screw preventing crime. This beautiful beast
Just look at that thing. That thing is freaking awesome.
prevents all kinds of other stuff, like boredom, being
But the truth is, I don't really think I can handle being at a monster truck rally. I don't think that's really my kind of thing.
a little sissy, and
Because it might actually be rated D for disappointing.
all European cars from going unsmashed.
Unless there actually are monster trucks there. But it's cool to watch on TV. Will you do the Fandango?
That's enough for me.
Ironically, despite his
go.
skills and claim to stop crimes before they happen, he's more of a counselor than a protector.
And he doesn't step out much that often.
Doesn't actually step in all that often.
Called it.
Oh, but he doesn't need to when he can freeze time.
Ah yes, Mcgruff is famous for pausing time and breaking the fourth wall to
That
discuss
was not my house doorbell. That was just the doorbell in the video.
an ongoing potential crime. Unfortunately, while pausing time, Mcgruff does not seem capable of interacting with the world around him.
That's Jenny. But that's not Jenny's dad. If she gets into that car, that may be the last time you'll see Jenny.
He doesn't even bother saving Jenny from her kidnapper.
Actually, technically he did, in a way, because he showed some kinds of scenarios, okay? Everything has a form of scenario. Because it's all about perception. Perception matters most, people. I've been writing that story since 2010 and 2009, around that time.
Which means he was right. That was the last time we saw Jenny.
Still, Mcgruff's campaign has been wildly victorious. It's safe
It worked.
to say he succeeded in taking a bite out of crime.
Oh my god, we didn't even mention the reality flipping switch he has in his office. What the hell is up with that thing?
He can flip reality switches.
I'm Mcgruff the crime dog, and I'm here to help take a bite out of crime. Rah.
Alright, get ready for the next
All right, the
sponsorship.
combatants
I'm
are
not
set.
sponsoring
Let's
it, but
end
it's
this
gonna be
debate
part of it.
once
It's
and
called
for
Blue
all.
Apron.
But first,
Get
I've got
ready,
a public
folks, for
service
Blue Apron.
announcement for you. It's about
learn.
food.
Learn about Blue Apron.
Grandpappy Boomstick always said that nothing in life is better than good food and making something with your own two hands. And Blue Apron is
Well, there are a few things I know how to make. I can make scrambled eggs, hard-boiled eggs. I can make black beans, some pretty kick-ass black beans. I know that.
both those things combined.
Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. All ingredients arrive
I might have to learn how to do some more foods eventually, but I know how to make salad and fruits and stuff. It's like, I just do the basic stuff. Just the basics.
right to your door, guaranteed fresh and ready to cook.
It's better than eating fast food, plus it's affordable.
You know what they say, eat fast food at most once in a while. Stay healthy, folks. Blue Apron.
Blue Apron is less than $10 per person per meal.
Choose from a variety
Now, I'm not sure if I'll do the Blue Apron, partnership if I was going to do the plan, but I'm just saying it's like Blue Apron. It's a pretty convincing and really interesting thing. It's really cool. Because when I now make custom action figures, I have a special purple cutting board, which I call the Purple Arts and Crafts Board of Wisdom.
Recipes and get the meals that sound good to you. The ingredients are perfectly proportioned and the instructions
because I have my wisdom teeth still.
Are easy to follow. I mean, even Boomstick can do it.
Hey, watch it or you're not getting any of the next meal I make when it arrives.
Shoink,
like
shoink,
the soy
shoink,
glazed
shoink.
pork and rice cakes with bok choy and marinated green beans.
I'm not a fan of bok choy. I'm sorry. Peppers are just not my thing.
And if you're worried about...
Especially the spiciest peppers like Carolina Reapers or Ghost Peppers. I'm sorry. Just no.
variety, don't bother. Recipes are not repeated within the year, so
well, that's good.
You'll never get bored. Check out this week's menu and get...
Kind of glad that my place is kind of switching up a few of the meals at times. At least we're kind of fixing that up, so that's another wish granted for me.
Your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com.
But if Smokey wins his battle because I placed my bets on Smokey, my next wish shall be granted. I can't tell it, but I already know what it is because it'll happen on Christmas Day.
.com/battle.
You'll love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron.
This is to save Christmas 2024. How Geoffrey Sambursky saved Christmas.
So don't wait!
That's blueapron.com/battle.
And as well as how Geoffrey Sambursky saved Halloween and Thanksgiving and New Year's and his birthday. Let the adventure begin.
Blue Apron, a better way to cook. But right now,
it's time for a battle of
battle!
Team Bear Geoffrey versus Team Trenchcoat. I think Team Trenchcoat's gonna lose.
Remember, kids, fire is a dangerous tool.
It is. It's dangerous and should not be played with. Do not play with fire, people. Don't be a pyromaniac.
We should never be left unattended.
Well, at least he got the point there, but what are you doing, Mcgruff? Don't just stay.
Well, time to go.
You chickened out. Trenchcoat just chickened out.
Only you could have
prevent
prevented that forest fire.
Fool. Let the battle begin. Geoffrey on Team Smokey and Trenchcoat on Team Mcgruff. But here we go. This is the tiebreaker. Team Green and Blue Sonic versus Team Purple Donatello. Here we go.
You should learn to respect your surroundings.
You should learn to respect your surroundings and people around you, people.
I'll show you respect.
That's the force field respect. Told you it does not work on shovels. And jackpot. Bear roar.
Remember, kids, if you're about to be mauled by a bear...
Bad advice, Mcgruff. Bad advice. If it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lie down. If it's white, say goodnight. If it's a panda bear, skadoosh.
Stupid dog.
Take a bite out of this!
Boy needs to lay off the nitro. If I call dibs on Smokey, if Smokey wins, which means I win this final game. So, climax, baby. Come on, Smokey. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah, it's over now.
Not even you
Not even
can
you could
prevent
prevent
this.
Trenchcoat.
Remember, kids. Remember me.
Oh, yeah. And strike 3, he's out. Time to extinguish the wildfires. KO!
Looks like Mcgruff had a rough time out there. Smokey was clearly the stronger combatant, thanks
Because he was a freaking bear, that's what. B for bear.
to... well, thanks to being a giant bear, really.
Mcgruff wasn't totally
He did it with his bare hands.
outclassed. His greater speed and smaller size made the battle quite tedious for Smokey. But that's about it.
Yeah, that was about it.
Yeah, he couldn't compete with Smokey in anything else. It's like my grandpappy always said, why have a guard dog when you can get a guard bear?
But still, I don't think a bear would be a good pet. They're still wild animals. They would still maul you if they had the chance.
But what truly mattered in this battle were their unique abilities, and in that, Mcgruff didn't stand a chance. When Mcgruff paused time, he couldn't affect the world around him, while Smokey has shown that he can.
Yeah, so can I. I can do the same thing as Smokey the Bear. I can freeze time whenever I want, do whatever I want, with my own special tricks. Because tricks like me, or tricksters, people like me with their own sets of magic, because I am Geoffrey, I'm a wizard.
And really, what are you gonna do against a bear that can grow to the size of a mountain?
I know, right? I'm a wizard, Geoffrey the Wizard.
So, bear beats dog, Smokey's powers were superior, and ultimately Smokey had far more options to take Mcgruff down for good.
Exactly.
Smokey was just more than Mcgruff could bear.
Because it was so unbearable.
Ah, one last bear pun. Suck it, Wiz.
The bear.
The winner is Smokey Bear.
Geoffrey wins.
Stick around, we're about to announce the combatants for the next death battle.
And if you want to watch exclusive commentary on this episode, click that little box over there and start a first membership trial.
Ooh, Thor and Wonder Woman. October 16th. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the ultimate death battle. Team Green Radio Microphone, Team Friendship Nature, Team iPhone Geoffrey wins. Well, I hope you enjoyed that adventure. The next adventure awaits. Next up, I don't even know. Maybe an SML reaction. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that reaction. This is Jeffrey Sambrowski signing out, and I'll see you next time, class.
In the gallows or the ghetto, in the town or the meadow, in the billows, even over the sun, every end of a time is another begun. You understand mechanical hands, or the ruler of everything.